Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nolan here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. In today's Destiny video, we're gonna be discussing the exotics in Destiny 2. More specifically, all the current exotics that we know that are in the game right now. I've been searching all over the place seeing if I can get myself some information on some of the exotics in Destiny 2, and I found some pretty good information about some of the exotics in Destiny 2. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the exotics. The first exotic that we're taking a look at is the Sweet Business. The first perk that we have on this weapon is Payday, large magazine and increased hipfire accuracy. So you have better hipfire accuracy, and you also have a 90 round magazine, if you can see in the screenshot, which is pretty crazy for an auto rifle, especially an auto rifle with this much impact, because it's not a low impact auto rifle. It looks like it has some pretty poor range, some okay stability, and then we have the handling stat, which I think is going to have to do with the raise and drop time of the weapon, which I suppose it makes sense, since it is an auto rifle with a very big magazine. And the reload speed just looks terrible on this weapon. It barely has any reload speed, but thankfully, thanks to the other part of the exotic perk, the reload speed won't be as big of an issue. Holding down the trigger boosts this weapon's range, rate of fire, and automatically reloads ammo pickups into the magazine. So the longer you hold the trigger, the more range you're gonna get, and the faster your rate of fire is gonna become. So think of it kind of like the Thunder Lore. This really reminds me of the Thunder Lore, this perk, since it boosts range, although with the Thunder Lore it was accuracy, and it gives you a faster fire rate, which is exactly why it gives the Thunder Lore. And also ammo pickups, which just automatically go to your magazine, which is really nice. It looks like you can keep shooting this weapon for a pretty long time. So this looks like it's gonna be a pretty sweet weapon, no pun intended. The next exotic weapon that we're gonna be looking at is the Risk Runner, an exotic submachine gun, the first exotic submachine gun that we've seen. And the perk that we have on this weapon is Arc Conductor. Taking arc damage increases this weapon's power. When Arc Conductor is active, shots fired have a chance to become Chain Lightning and return ammo. So, if that description sounds familiar, that's because it's a pretty similar description to the Salo Supercell right now. Chain Lightning and returning ammo, that's basically a Salo Supercell. But the taking arc damage part for increasing the weapon's power, now that's new. So yeah, the more damage you take, the more damage you will do, which is a pretty cool idea, and it just encourages you to always be in the front line, just fighting everything, because your weapon will greatly benefit from you taking damage. So a way to think about this weapon is just that it's kind of like a mini Supercell, just that it has the added ability of increasing its power when you take arc damage. Next though, we're taking a look at the weapon that I'm really excited for, just from seeing the things on this weapon, and that is the Sunshot Hand Cannon. The perk on the Sunshot Hand Cannon is Sunburn. Explosive rounds highlights targets. So yeah, you have built-in explosive rounds with this hand cannon, and it also highlights targets. And the other part of the perk is targets killed with Sunshot exploding solar energy. So it's like a full body Firefly, kind of like the thing that Icebreaker has right now, where you can just shoot enemies and they will always blow up. That's basically what you have, but on a hand cannon instead of a sniper. And I can already tell that this is gonna be a great thing for PvE. Explosive rounds plus full body Firefly, yes please. So yeah, the weapon itself actually looks pretty cool. I did see it in the trailer being fired, and it looks great when you fire it. Next up is the weapon that we thought it was gonna be lost in time. A weapon that we would never see. The Dubious Volley. And I couldn't find anything on the perks that are actually on the weapon, like a screenshot of the actual weapon. But we did see it in action in the trailer. And in the gameplay, it looked like it shot a barrage of arc energy balls, which is kinda weird. So arc energy grenade type things. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it, but you guys are seeing it in the screen right now. So you guys let me know what you guys think of this. And that is actually the last weapon I wanted to talk about when it comes to confirmed weapons. Weapons that I'm sure that will be in the game. Now let's speculate about some of the other things that we saw in the trailers that I think might be exotic, or some of the exotics that may be transferring over from the original Destiny to Destiny 2. Because I do remember that Bungie once said that there was a possibility that some of the Destiny 1 exotics were gonna make it into Destiny 2. So take everything that I'm about to talk about with a grain of salt, and some of the things that I will talk about might not even be exotic, or just might not be exotics that are in the game. The first thing that we're gonna be looking at is a Twilight Garrison. Here, it looks like an updated version of the Twilight Garrison, which wouldn't really surprise me if it actually came back, since the Titans movement really got slowed down, so they probably want some mobility, since every other class has some mobility now, so it wouldn't really surprise me if Twilight Garrison came back. This one looks a bit different. It has the Crucible colors and also the big Crucible emblem in the middle. Next up is an exotic warlock chestplate that showed up in the trailer that looks way too cool not to be an exotic. And it's this one. The Golden Wings. Or, you know, I'm just gonna call it the Golden Wings because Golden Wings. But we do not know the name of this possible exotic. Or anything really besides that it looks cool. Next up is this crazy looking weapon that we saw in the trailer, which I don't even know what to call it really. We see it reload and then we see it fire, just kind of like a sonic wave that pushes everything back. So because of that, I'm thinking some type of shotgun maybe? But I'm not really sure. Just let me know what you guys think about this one. Maybe a grenade launcher can also be a possibility. Who knows? And shortly after that one, in the same video, we see another weapon. This time a grenade launcher. Just kind of destroying some bets. It actually looks like quite a normal grenade launcher. It doesn't look like it's one of those flashy exotics, but very effective exotics. And the last weapon that I want to show you guys is the Black Plague. It looks like an exotic sidearm. And it looks like it has some rats carved into the side of the weapon. A couple of rats just kind of following each other in a line. Which makes perfect sense because the weapon's name is the Black Plague. So it makes perfect thematic sense. Unfortunately, we don't really get to see this weapon for that long. We just get a couple of shots of somebody firing it and we don't even see what it does. But it looks like a pretty cool weapon indeed, at least when it comes to looks, that I'm definitely looking forward to find some more information about. And the last thing that we're going to be talking about are the Destiny 1 exotics that we have seen in Destiny 2. So we have seen a couple, and those exotics are Null and Beyond, Ace of Spades, and the Race Rider. And this could just be that Bungie wants a callback to some of the Tier 1 Destiny weapons. Just wants to show us that some of the weapons are still being used by people in the Destiny universe, and we won't get to use them anymore. But, come on. My Race Rider. I have hope. I have hope. But it would definitely be really cool if we see some weapons returning. Especially swords, because I just like the swords. But we do have new swords in Destiny 2 that we have seen, so I'm not sure the old swords are returning. Just let me know what do you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Bungie will bring some Destiny 1 exotics into Destiny 2? Or do you think that they will leave them just behind in Destiny 1 as a Destiny 1 thing? And that the screenshots just mean that the weapons exist still in the universe, just that we just won't get to wield them in Destiny 2. As always, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And remember to tell me in the comments below what is your favorite exotic from the ones that I showed you guys today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone.